These are spawning dog-keto or chum salmon. 90% of all salmon return to the stream that they were born in based upon imprinting on the smell. These dog salmon will spend 6 years growing up in the sea before returning to fresh water to spawn. They're called dog salmon. They were often fed as food for sled dogs. And they also have protruding canine teeth. Each salmon starts out in the sea as silver. They morph and change colors when they reach sexual maturity. So they spawn once and die. They're fed on by over 100 different species. There's a dead one there. The bears haven't eaten much of that one. This one here has been a little bit more food. An adult bear will often only eat the eggs, entrails, and brains of the salmon, which are the highest in protein, and they'll leave the rest for the other species to eat. You can see some flies feeding on that one right now. So the bears have been feeding heavily in this area, not just on salmon, but also skunk cabbage. Skunk cabbage is the plant right here, and also wild berries. This area is very prolific in berries, and part of the reason is the salmon are fertilizing the whole watershed. There's actually the isotopes in salmon in the tops of our trees. So salmon are fertilizing the entire watershed. So they only spawn once and they die. They're providing valuable carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus. So they're fertilizing the land, the watershed, and the sea. And there's the skin of a salmon and what's left of another salmon carcass. And right over here, just past my shadow, you can see some red berries there on the ground. They've been knocked down by the bears. Those are watermelon berries. So the bears will spend time eating salmon. They'll also eat wild berries and skunk cabbage, and they'll try to have a balanced diet while they're eating salmon, otherwise it'll just run through them. This is a small oxbow. So the salmon, as you can see, become extremely vulnerable, and a bear can pick them off in just a few seconds in a small stream like this. The salmon all pick a different temperature of water to spawn in based on variety, and they also all have different body sizes, and therefore they have different size of eggs. So each salmon will pick a different size of gravel to lay its eggs in based upon the size of the egg. The female will shake her tail back and forth and make a red, R-E-D-D. A red is a salmon bed. It's a bowl-shaped depression in the gravel that allows her to deposit her eggs without the stream's flow drifting the salmon downstream to become non-viable and eaten by other species. Once she makes the bowl-shaped depression in the gravel and she's ready to drop her eggs, she will spawn and die. And the males will fertilize those eggs and they will spawn and die. Alaska has the largest naturally wild-producing Pacific salmon population in the world, and it's supplemented with 32 public and private hatcheries, one right here in Juneau. So I'm hanging out watching the salmon, waiting for the bears. So the 100 species that feed on salmon while they're alive and dead are also fertilizing the land, the watershed, and the sea. So they're making this area very fertile ground, making the stream's shoreline healthy, which is important. The shade's healthy for the salmon eggs if there was no shade from trees, then the eggs would actually just dry up from the sun, from the warmth.